So I just wanted to make a video about some tips for removing a transmission from a Buick Lacrosse Super. And just some things that the other videos don't really tell you. You're gonna need one of these support bars from Harbor Freight. Just attach it to that wheel and bracket over here. Other videos I've watched did this, so I just did it too. And you will have to drop your engine to remove your transmission, because there's the transmission mount and the entire transmission gets in the way because of this piece of the frame here, and the transmission comes out like that way because of these thingies right here, and the flywheel, it will have to go that way. So the only way to make space for the transmission to go that way is if you drop it down. And the way I was dropping it down, I was using the transmission jack on the transmission while it was still bolted to the engine, and just supporting the engine and transmission, and then loosening these to until it got to a reasonable height where I could actually remove it. Just be careful with this coolant line right here. You got to make sure you don't put a lot of stress on it. So what I did was raise or lower that one more than I lowered that one, just to keep stress off of that line. The transmission might get stuck in here, and you won't really know why it's still in the engine. That's what happened to me. So you have to kind of pry it out of there, maybe, if you don't have a good enough jack set up. Yeah, and there is an 18 millimeter bolt that mounts to the transmission to the engine. It's yeah, right through here. You can get to it. I stuck an extension right through there. It was how do I count? It's like a 24-inch, couple of extensions, like 3 extensions to get that bolt over there. It's 18 millimeter. You can barely see it. You kind of have to stick your head over here to see it. And if you want to actually reach it to put your socket on the bolt and to take the bolt out, you got to reach your arm over the rack and pinion and over that hump in the transmission to reach the bolt. So that's probably the hardest one, but it's really not too bad if you have the extension and you know where it is. This cover you'll have to remove as well. This bolts to the mount to the engine here, so you have to remove that if you want to take it off. I didn't remove this connector, but you have to remove that connector. So that's for there. And when you're removing the subframe, there's these 2 brackets on both sides that are buried underneath there. It's set up well, this is the left side, this is the right side, but it's set up like this, or whatever, but on the other symmetrical whatever. It's set up like that, so you have to reach around, and there's 2 15mm bolts, I think, that go right here and right here. So that's pretty annoying. So you kind of have to take. You have to take this part off, and you have to take this flap down and like bend it around to get access to it, and it'll be right around there. It's really annoying. Those are probably the most annoying ones. They're on pretty tight, so you'll need to use a lot of force, especially if you're in a rusty state. You'll probably want to get rid of this whole assembly here with the shock and the knuckle, just to pull the transmission out. The only thing that's keeping the transmission in right now is the dipstick. It's really annoying to remove a dipstick, so I just decided to not do it because I only need to replace my torque converter, and that's kind of what's keeping the engine in here instead of out there. And that's kind of everything I wanted to go over. Also, that exhaust piece will keep the dipstick in. Oh yeah, it'll block the dipstick. For the unbolting the rack and pinion, you'll have to undo your sway bar. The bolts are on, but you'll have to take the bolts off and just like have the sway bar sitting on the subframe, because these two bolts are blocked by the sway bar. So you'll have to like move it around while unbolting it from there and holding it there. And I just took the control arms off with the subframe. I thought it'd be a little bit easier. But to make it lighter, you probably want to take the control arms off when you put it back on. Yep, and that's about it for the video. It's a 2008 Buick Lacrosse Super. I didn't really see a video for this car specifically, so I thought I'd make one. And yeah.